together with the Guild of European Research Intensive Universities, of which University of Bern is a member, and the mission of Switzerland to the European Union, SwissCore organized a briefing on climate change. It was the occasion for 2 leading world scientists and 2 European policy workers to discuss what Europe should do to tackle the challenges of climate change.
Europe needs to focus on 4 points. First of all, observations in situ and in space, to understand the changes in the climate system and document them. Second point, to understand the processes that influence these changes, in particular in the future. The third point concerns climate projections, which now have to come from global to local, and that requires climate models of highest resolution. The fourth point concerns the nexus between climate change, biodiversity, and resources. This is fundamental for a region like Europe, and science will be able to deliver the information.
Well, I think most important what Europe needs to do is on adaptation, really get more scientific information how to deal with local climate change. We know a big chunk of climate change cannot be prevented. So how to deal with that? The future asks that, and there really science can provide the answers. But politically we need to get into that. The second point is, of course, how to reduce our emissions. And here there's a lot of sectors where we know the information is there, the innovation can be there, but how to overcome internal hindrance. And I think that is still one of the key, because the built-in resistance in the system that we need to overcome to really get to a low-carbon society.
Okay, what is it needed to solve climate change from my perspective is how can you interlink fundamental research and insights and creative research together with good implementation, solving the real great challenges that we have facing on climate change. That is a real key issue, how to do this. We cannot forget fundamental research, but we have to cope with the innovation changes and challenges that move very fast. Linking those 2 different tracks is a great challenge, and if we can do that, and if the Commission is able to put it in a program, I think we make a major step forwards in tackling climate change.
So the European Union has established a lead in the global debate on climate change, and that's something we're determined to maintain, in particular with a very active policy on research and innovation. The Commission's proposals for Horizon Europe contain an objective of spending 35% of our global budget that we've proposed of 100 billion euros specifically on climate change, addressing all aspects from the way we live in cities, the way that we travel around the world, the way that we manage our industries, and crucially how we develop our energy policy. And I'm very optimistic that if the Member States and the European Parliament will support our proposals, that we'll have an excellent basis to maintain this global lead in Europe on climate change.
That brings us to the end of our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn.